an even 6 in the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf last season.
Yeah, I think that she's still as good as ever.
Last one's going forward for the Group 1 feature of the day. It's the Nassau Stakes. Let's join Alan Howes.
All in. And they're off. Racing away for the Group 1 Qatar Nassau Stakes over the mile and a quarter, and Opera Singer breaking out well towards the outside will lead them through the end of the opening furlong. Chased wider out by Lumiere Rock in the yellow and red. More towards the inside in yellow and black is El Malka, who is together with Lady Boba in the black and white colours. Just in advance of See the Fire. Lady Boba quite keen to stay in front of El Malka and See the Fire at the moment. And then Emily Upjohn wider in the pink silks, followed by Stay Alert in the blue and yellow. Doha is further behind, and Sparkling Plenty is the back marker as they begin to climb over on the far side inside the final 7 furlongs. It is Opera Singer with about a half a length lead at the moment. Showing in front from in second Lumiere Rock. Then came El Malka, who's back in third. Followed a neck away to Lady Boba in fourth. And then Stay Alert, See the Fire to her outside. Emily Upjohn, Doha and Sparkling Plenty remain at the rear of the field. Taking the right-handed corner then as they make their way up the home straight shortly towards the final 4 furlongs. Out in front, Opera Singer for Lumiere Rock in second. 2 lengths away, El Malka is in third. Lady Boba's in fourth. Then Stay Alert ahead of See the Fire. Doha still some way back through the field, together with Sparkling Plenty, who's now asked to get a bit closer. Emily Upjohn also right towards the rear. Heading towards the final 3 furlongs now. Opera Singer and Ryan Moore lead by a length. Over Lumiere Rock in second. El Malka ridden along in third. Then came See the Fire, followed by Stay Alert. Emily Upjohn trying to start her run. Sparkling Plenty is hard ridden, running inside the final furlong and a half, and it's still Opera Singer. Opera Singer leading with the noseband. See the Fire begins to give chase. El Malka next. Sparkling Plenty finishing off strongly down the outside under Christian Demuro. Opera Singer from See the Fire. Sparkling Plenty still running on, but it's Opera Singer who's out in front from See the Fire. Opera Singer's won the Nassau Stakes from See the Fire in second. Sparkling Plenty third. Then came El Malka and Doha.
Well, we thought it was a deep Nassau Stakes going into that, and that was a top-grade performance from Opera Singer, always at the fore. Nicely positioned and ridden for Ryan Moore, but she saw off horses that were also more patiently ridden. She battled really well. She saw out the step-up trip really nicely, and the track, the trip, the conditions, everything came easily to her in the end, and she has won this Group 1 Nassau Stakes, supplemented her Marcel Boussac success of last season, and has been building her performances all the time. Aidan O'Brien, of course, the winning trainer, a 5th Nassau Stakes for him. In second, a huge run from See the Fire, a daughter of Arabian Queen, who of course upset Golden Horn in the International Stakes. She likes this trip, and she's second for Asheen Murphy and Andrew Balding. And third, Sparkling Plenty, the Prix de Diane winner for Patrice Cottier and Christian Demuro. She's come from much further back, having been keen early and put distance between herself and El Malka in fourth. This winner was good. Very
game, wasn't she? Lumiere Rock put a bit of pressure on the outside early on in the home straight, and that tempo that was quite steady early on quickened a good way from home, and 3 out to 2 out was particularly fast when Lumiere Rock was putting a bit of pressure on the outside. Ryan Moore wanted to keep the lead and maintain it, but he was having to work for it, and there was just a little bit of vulnerability from a furlong and a half out to the line, but she dug really deep at that point. Early on, Ryan breaks forward, goes forward, dictates the pace, and it was quite steady fractions through the first 3 furlongs.
Christian Demuro anchors Sparkling Plenty from stall 5 in the early stages. You can see 3 horses keeping wide, one of which is Opera Singer in the early stages. Dylan Brown McMonagle is just behind him on Lumiere Rock, and behind them is Emily Upjohn, as per John Gosden envisaged in the early stages from her. On the inside towards the 4 is Lady Boba. She wanted to go forward because of her stamina, and El Malka ends up getting the box seat on the rails, slips up the inside of Lady Boba there as Ryan Moore slides across to the front on the winner, Opera Singer.
Yeah, Ryan at this point is just able to dictate with Lumiere Rock not putting too much pressure on. El Malka in a lovely position, no excuses for her. Certainly in a positional sense, she's had every chance. Emily Upjohn, we knew it would be tough from the draw, and she hasn't really had things right for her. She's been shuffle back, steadily shuffle towards right out the back of the field as they're on the turn, and she's caught 3 deep and without any cover, and it certainly hasn't helped matters for her from a positional perspective. I think she's been disadvantaged really by the run of the race.
Albeit she has got the third behind her at the moment, and she's only just behind the second.
Yeah, so it might well just be, you know, we have seen some inconsistency from Emily Upjohn in recent times, and it might just be one of her off days. This is the point where Lumiere Rock is really quickening up. It was the 7th furlong of the race that was the fastest on the Race IQ data. You expect that coming down the hill, but that was the only sub 11 second furlong of the race when Lumiere Rock was really starting to put some pressure on, and from this point is when Opera Singer has to be really game and determined to see off the challenge of See the Fire, who has run a career best. There's no doubt about that. She switched off better than she did in the Eclipse. Massive run from her to split 2 fillies who were previous to Group 1 winners.
Absolutely. She did too much towards the 4, chasing that overly strong pace in the Guineas. Soft ground wouldn't really have suited her in the Eclipse last time, but this is more like her Dam Arabian Queen, and she can definitely do well at pattern level over this trip. Let's have a look at the run through of Sparkling Plenty in the maroon cap. She's had to weave through, and she finishes off strongly. Her first try on fast ground as well, and she is just sort of wandering about a little bit on it. Whether she's really loved it, I'm not sure. Back in 5th, Doha has really run well, hasn't she? I mean, there's no better bred horse in the field by Sea the Stars out of Trev. This was a marked step up in grade. She has really done herself proud.
She's run a stormer. I think El Malka's run really well as well. Just to touch on that point about Sparkling Plenty, she did come from quite a long way back. Obviously, she was disputing last position. She's actually finished the final 3 furlongs faster than any other filly in this field. 34.39 seconds for the final 3 furlongs, so that is the quickest closing sectional from her from right out the back.
Yeah, this is a deep race. We thought it was a high-class Nassau at the start of the day, and I don't think it's disappointed us in any kind of way. Did you think Amalka got home?
I think she would. I do think she got home ultimately. I think she's run. You don't?
No.
I think she's run really well. It was a good race, a deep race. She might actually benefit from maybe it's just that she wants a very strong tempo mile, but I think she will stay a mile and a quarter, and she